Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your Love Tarot relationship for November 2016. I've chosen 5 cards. 2 represent you, 2 represent your relationship, how they feel about you, and this is the outcome card. I think the Sagittarius theme for you seems to be fork in the road as your additional guidance. I'm going to talk about your partner first, actually, because they seem to be more easier to talk about. They seem to be seeing you and offering you an incredible amount of love. They're perceiving you as this unconditional love, a whole new chapter in their relational life. So yeah, they're perceiving this relationship as a whole new beginning, a whole new chapter in love. And I would say they're a bit heady, you know, that sort of sign of love, and they're all on a spin, life's going good, and they're really enjoying this quite an exciting relationship that they've got with you. So they seem to be really into it. It's all systems go, loads of fiery energy, loads of great emotional feelings towards you, Sagittarius. You, on the other hand, are in a bit of a different space altogether, and it's not that, I'll say different, I'm not saying negative, and I'm not saying bad, I'm just saying different. What you're bringing to the relationship is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about her depths, it's about, you know, she's at depth, she's her intuition, she's her inner power, our inner knowing. She represents that sort of subconscious, deep part of us. And also quite single and quite solitary. Very, it's almost some of you Sagittarius are sort of almost single within the relationship. It's almost that you're not quite committing, Sagittarius, that's what I'm getting. There's a need to, it's almost all your energies are turned inwards towards yourself at the moment, which is not negative in any way. But it seems to be a desire to know yourself, almost, to be in your depths, have your energies attuned to the greater world, almost. So it's a bit of a bit of a mismatch of energy going on. Well, in your case, Sagittarius, not in your partner's case, which is unfortunate here. So your energy is turning inwards. They're perceiving you as they're in love, basically. And they're hoping this is going to be a whole new chapter emotionally. And I'm not saying it's not. But you seem to be less focused on the commitment and the relationship and more on your inner world, Sagittarius, because after this, emotionally, you've got the 7 of Discs. So again, this is a sort of, it's not that you're not committed, you've done the work, you're involved, but this is about a time of waiting for things to come full bloom. And there's a sort of Sagittarius I'm getting from you, and not a sort of non-committed energy this month in your relationships, which makes sense why you've got fork in the road. That's what I'm getting. Your focus is inwards. It's on what you've been developing in your life, what you're waiting to grow, and your partner's energies towards you. So it's a very interesting reading. I mean, the outcome is pretty positive because it's sharing. This is mutuality. This is this deep, honest communication. Try and ignore the picture, and there's sometimes it represents giving and taking money. But this card is a card of mutuality to me. It's about meeting people at a level which just feels so good. It's so honest. It's without masks. It's just like equal, great, solid exchange of energy, basically. I'm really loving this as an outcome. My only concern, I'm not saying concern, Sagittarius, because you have to follow your heart, but your energy seems to be turned towards yourself at the moment. And we all go through phases like that when we need our own energy, particularly if you're trying to create something. And your partner's energy is more about towards you, and how you sort out that situation is basically up to you. I think you're going to communicate it. This Six of Discs speaks to me of you communicating honestly where you're at the moment, in a really sort of way, so this person's not going to feel abandoned by you or isolated by you. That seems to be the key. And I don't think the other person's going to, but the key seems to be direct, straightforward, Sagittarius communication, where you're just straightforward about what's going on in your life. And I think if you do that, then this person's not going to be overly affected by it, because they're giving you the heart. And you've got to be careful of this heart you've been given, Sagittarius, and I think you're going to be. There's no aggression or violence here. I mean, in the communication, there's no big loss. There's just you in a bit of a private space, and you're going to need to communicate that so they don't feel left and abandoned. And the outcome is pretty stunning with the Six of Discs. This is a very authentic communication, and I'm actually really liking it, to tell you the truth. You know, the more I look at it, the more I can just see exactly where you're at in the month of November. I can see where your partner's at, and the outcome of the month is really, really, really good. It's a moving, there seems to be you're moving away a bit, but then you're moving towards them again, towards the end of the month. And this is going to make sense for a few people. It's not going to make sense for all, because but it does make sense with Sagittarius monthlies and weeklies. You've got so much going on at a personal level, Sagittarius, almost mind-boggling. And that seems to be what your primary focus is this month, and so it should be, because you can't be there for them until you've been there for yourself. And then the outcome is great. You're able to share because you've resolved whatever's going on. You have resolved whatever's going on, which is always the way to go. But key is communication. Don't just abandon them, Sagittarius. I love it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm really loving it for you. There's a sense of resolve and commitment, Sagittarius, to your own path and your own future and your own way forward. And no one can ever criticise you for that. Okay, and remember, this person on the other side, they're offering you the heart. Okay, very unconditionally as well. There's a genuine need to love there and to give you support. Beautiful. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you. Bye.